Hi friends in Planet Earth Dating. It's Sunday, March 1st, 2015. Here in the Lynn-Body-Mind, we have me, Pan, at the wheel and at the microphone. We also have Luce and Asha and Paul the Attorney. In the Jamie Body-Mind, we have Sam at the wheel. We have Ra and Glenn and Perry the Doctor. Of course, our overarching intention is, as always, to do whatever is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now. However, we have an interesting signal going on in our lives right now. Our kitty, our cat, is acting very erratic. So our intention is to discover whatever's going on there, heal the root causes of whatever that represents in such a way as to trigger the awakening right now. And with that, it begins. Asha here at the microphone. I see a kitty, some kitty, way up high in a non-physical dimension. And she's walking to show us something. We're supposed to follow her. Where she wants me to follow, she says, just come here. And she wants us to go down in the ravine. But if you kind of project your eyes ahead and look down in the ravine, there's like muggers down there.
Right, yeah, no.
No, we're not going to go down in the ravine and be mugged. Thank you for the opportunity, but we pass.
Right, no thank you.
No thank you. Live streaming this up. I think that kitty, because the kitty itself looks nice.
Right.
But her eyes have that dead look, like the body snatched people at Kripalu.
Right.
Friends, if you're watching this, be careful going to places like Kripalu and Omega and other, quote, spiritual centers, unquote. They've been targeted, unfortunately. They've been targeted as places where non-physical beings who lack integrity are brought together with physical beings who also, unfortunately, lack integrity.
Right.
And the physical beings who aren't there to do something for real, who are just there to fake it, unfortunately are being what is called body snatched.
That's
and
true.
So just heads up. Be alert to that phenomenon and intend to do things for real, not for pretend. This protects you.
That's true.
Your own intention to act with integrity draws integrity to you.
That's true.
We see this setup and we choose to not participate.
Right.
No, thank you for the opportunity. We choose to not participate. Live streaming this up.
Live
streaming this up. Please correct us if we're wrong. It looks to us like this is a lack of integrity way up here in the non-physical.
That's true. And taking pictures of it from all different angles. So you can see how even here it's broken.
Yes, even
It's
here
broken.
it's broken.
And not only live streaming that up, but live streaming up the images of the paper towns that we've been moving through, that higher beings, quote unquote, way up here are building to run away from what's theirs to do.
They're building fantasy playhouses.
Right. Live streaming that all the way up. And look at how broken it is. Look at how broken.
It's all broken. Again, we're sending up that big blob of all of our prayers, all
That's
stapled
true.
together, so that they go up as a oneness, as a mass. Woo.
That's true.
Our prayer. Answer Asha's prayer. 11 weeks old today,
That's
actually.
true.
Answer Asha's prayer. Right now, Luce is at the microphone.
That's true.
That's who just said, our prayer, answer Asha's prayer. So I want to say something because I kind of am the lookout. I have,
Yes.
in effect, binoculars way up high.
Right, it's like a periscope.
Yes, I can see. I know that it isn't true. What it is are mirages. I see things in the distance.
I see mirages.
But they are mirages. At first it looked to me like Native American tribal communities. And I thought, oh, how wonderful. And then when I look carefully at that, it's like a painting of Native American tribal communities.
Like a backdrop, right.
Yes, like a stage set.
I see that.
Whoa! Way upstairs. That smells of malfeasance.
And not only that, but it looks different to everyone because I can see it through everyone's eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And through Perry, it looks like a little European village.
Yeah.
And for Asha, it looks kind of like Club Med, actually.
It does.
It looks different for everybody. Everyone is seeing a different mirage.
Something very attractive to them.
Yes. Yes,
This
it's true.
kitty was trying to draw us into a trap. These are traps.
That's true.
Interesting. Live streaming this
So,
up.
Perry speaking, when we brought Ra back from where he had been taken to, and we were clearing him out, we found all those clunky metal things.
Yes.
And I was also aware that there were invisible things we could not see.
Yes.
And the word that kept coming to mind was booby trap.
Yes.
And at the time I remember thinking, booby traps? Why is that the word? I don't see booby traps. It doesn't feel like booby traps, smell like booby traps. These smell like booby traps.
Indeed they do. All right, well, let's ask right now. Let's first have the intention with magnet hands.
Right.
And with our Phoenix work to clear the booby traps inside of us.
That's true.
Clear our own booby traps, the booby traps we've set for ourselves and set for others, and the booby traps that have been set for us.
That's true.
We see these unwitting booby traps we've set for others, pretty much our loved ones, pretty much for each other.
Right, that's true.
Not with harmful intent at all, with intent that feels helpful, but
wrong direction.
wrong thinking.
Right.
We had an example of that this morning. Glenn, for example, who values his own integrity so highly, was getting hung up on a soul contract
Right.
with a soul who was gone.
Booby trap.
It was
Yeah.
booby trapped. It's like,
see
Glenn,
that.
that soul isn't even here. How can that statement that you're making isn't even relevant? It doesn't even make sense.
That's true.
And he had a hard time hearing it.
That's true. So we're entering a booby-trapped zone.
Yeah.
Or we are continuing to move through a booby-trapped zone.
But now that the layer of fat glob beings
fatty.
is, for the most part, cleared away,
Yeah, for the
the
most
booby
part.
traps seem to be the exciting opportunity for
Well, that's
growth
very
and learning
exciting.
right now.
Well, that's very exciting. What do I know about booby traps?
They're set to trap unwary travelers.
Yes, that's true.
Unwary travelers. Right?
Sure, that's true.
It can be a pit dug in the path,
Right.
covered with a net and leaves on the netting, right? And then, boom, into the pit goes the unwary traveler.
Right.
They're often put in public places where the public travels.
Yes, it's true.
They're set in places that have high traffic
Yes,
with the intention to catch the next person
that's true.
who passes through.
That's true.
Now, what do I know? I notice that there's not a lot of traffic up here.
No, these roads are not well traveled.
Not well traveled at all. For the most part, it looks like there hasn't been anyone down them in a long time.
That's
In a
true.
long time, there are no tire marks. There are no wheel marks.
Right,
There are no
that's true.
footprints.
No.
All right.
All right. Well, first live streaming it up.
all right.
First live streaming it up.
Fingerprints.
Fingerprints, date, time, stamps.
Right.
And, there are lots of them.
There are lots.
This is a seriously booby-trapped area.
It looks like a minefield,
Yeah.
like in Cambodia, the troubles
Right.
with the mines.
And some are better than others. Some are more clever than others.
Yes. Some are fairly crude,
Some are pretty
and others are
crude.
sophisticated.
That's true. Different levels of skill, which is interesting. That's surprising to me.
Interesting. Why
Yeah.
does it surprise
I don't
you?
know. I would have expected at this level for it all to be fairly skilled work.
I guess it depends on how lazy the people were,
That's true.
right? Skills go away
Right.
if not exercised.
Well, and I, Perry, don't have a whole lot of experience with this kind of stuff.
None of us do, but
No.
we can ask to
Ask
be shown how to dismantle it. Well, first things first, we run magnet hands and just
That's
suck
true.
out the screws and fasteners so that they
Right.
fall apart, right?
That is true.
Let's try another pass through for the fasteners, because what it should look like when all is said and done is just like a nice pile of lumber or a nice pile of the unassembled components.
That's true.
Ra is just taking notes and observing. Asha, you can do that or just tune the energy.
Yeah, like that.
Sing this place its own song.
Yeah. And now it's like the big components can be handed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're all, covered in fingerprints.
Right. It's quite clear. And I hear things crashing, wailing, gnashing of teeth off in the distance.
That's true. Excuse me. That's true.
Pulsing a vortex.
Let's
burn for all of us that which is unhelpful.
Good.
Me too, me too, me too.
Me too, me
Burning
too.
in myself everything that is unhelpful. For all of us up here. All of us who inhabit or intersect with this dimension.
It's true.
Ooh, the whole dimension is kind of coming up.
Yeah, it's true. Woo.
Well, problem solved.
Yeah. And there's wind.
There's wind. And now I hear the rain coming again.
It's true.
It's like
Suddenly.
the rain is coming in on the wind. Rain is blowing in. Good. More rain. More water.
Rain, more water, and burning.
Water fire. Burning in the rain. How it looks to me, this vantage point is like we're a burning Noah's Ark.
Yes. That is what it looks like. That's true.
Except it's the ark that keeps burning and doesn't deteriorate, doesn't crumble.
Yes, that's true. It feels like we were moving up through another one of those tight spaces, and now we're out of the tighter space.
Yes, it feels like it's opening up again.
We're up on some higher opening. The rain is falling so hard right now, though, that it's hard to really see what's around.
Thank goodness the rain is falling hard again.
The rain is falling hard.
Until the water rises all the way to the top, to where there's clear skies above and someone who's at least willing to burn themselves to
That's true.
Then we aren't done.
Oh, that is true.
Onward, more rain.
More rain.
I must be Pan again.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like Luce has a telescope and he's just looking ahead, kind of like the lookout on the bowsprit of a sailing vessel.
See that.
All right, onward ho.
Onward ho.